think kind of sparked that fourth quarter?
Well, Steph and Draymond led the way. I mean, Steph was incredible down the stretch with his shot making, and Draymond with his defense and playmaking. I thought everybody out there was battling in the fourth quarter. Wiggs, Lamb, JP. It was not our best night defensively, but we made stops when we had to, and Steph really took over.
First half, not a ton going offensively outside of Steph and Jordan. What changed in the second half to kind of spark the offensive improvement?
I thought Dante's energy was important for us. We brought him in early in the third, and Dante is he's exactly what you want off the bench. Somebody who's just going to get into the ball and fight and just battle every possession. And after they got off to the quick start in the third, felt like we needed Dante's presence, and I thought he helped us hang in there. Loon made some really good defensive plays, and we just kind of hung around. JP really helped us stay in the game in that first half, and then as Steph has done so often, he carried us home.
Steve, you mentioned that this was another not great defensive night. What do you think it is you guys have had issues just locking in on that end for the full 48?
We're going to keep trying, keep communicating, keep showing clips, and we just got to be better. We really made mistakes on several switch situations down the stretch, but like I said, the guys were really competing, and they gave us a chance just with their effort. But we definitely need to improve with the communication and the execution.
Kind of, I guess, absent of context, this is just, went over the Wizards in January. But did it feel, considering situation you guys are in, like there's a little bit more outsized importance to grab this win? Yeah,
this was a big win. I mean, when you're 500, every win is a big win. But we know we got a really tough back-to-back coming up to finish this trip out, and this was a difficult back-to-back for us too. Just 2 straight day games with travel in between. So our guys really exerted themselves. Steph played 38 minutes. Jordan 37, Draymond 35. Would have been a shame to waste that with a loss. So it felt like we were rewarded for the effort that the guys gave.
You obviously didn't know what Steph would look like in his first 2 games back, but you mentioned it, 38 minutes tonight. I don't know how many shots he took, but it was a lot. Does it feel like he kind of looks like he's broken through any rust or whatever?
Yeah, I think we have seen him over the last few games since he's back, kind of take steps. He's had some moments. I thought even tonight, he was struggling early on, closed the first quarter in a flurry, and then second quarter kind of struggled. He looked a little bit tired to me. So I don't think he looked like he was looking 3 weeks ago before the injury, but you can see him breaking through barriers. And I think the same thing is going on with Wiggs. I thought in the fourth quarter his energy and activity was really good, but early in the game he just looked a little sluggish. And it's hard getting a month off in the middle of the season with an injury and then trying to catch up to speed. Everybody else is in mid-season full go mode, and I think both guys are trying to fight through some barriers. I think Steph made some strides today. Obviously that fourth quarter he was tremendous.
This is kind of, it's about the game, I guess, but not about basketball necessarily, but the home crowd seemed to be in favor of Steph and you guys, especially in that fourth quarter. What's that like to come into another arena and get that kind of support from a crowd that's not yours?
He's the modern MJ. I used to see this playing with the Bulls. Half the crowd's got red 23 jerseys on, and now half the crowd's got blue and yellow 30 jerseys. It's just Steph is he transcends the game. elicits an emotion from people. I think because he's so awe-inspiring with his play that no matter where we go, there are people who are cheering for him and can't wait to see him perform because we've never seen anything like him. And I think people can relate to him because he's not, this superhero in terms of his size and strength. I mean, he's 6'3", 185. There's a lot of people out there that size, but none who can do what he can do. So he's incredibly inspiring, and as a result, we get a ton of support on the road.
How would you assess where Jordan's at 3 games into this road trip?
He was phenomenal tonight, and I liked his game at both ends. I thought he really battled defensively. Jordan is actually a good pick and roll defender. We grade these guys out, and when he's locked in, he's a really good defender. It's still early in his career, and much like it was for Steph and Clay early in theirs, it's a roller coaster ride. And so tonight was a great night for Jordan because he played both ends. And it wasn't just making big shots; it was, making the right play, battling defensively, and we know he's young, and it's tougher to do that night after night. But as long as he's learning and growing, we know he'll be, getting more consistent with his play as he gains more experience.
With today being MLK Day, and you guys being here in D.C., and of course tomorrow you're doing your White House visit. I mean, does this time around feel different from the past times that you guys have came here, that you visited the White House? Like, does this one feel more special, or is it different?
No, it does. It does. This is a special trip for us. I don't think we've ever played here on MLK Day. Raymond, have we ever? Yeah. I just met some of Dr. King's family down the hall. It was a pretty special moment, and for us to play a game here on MLK Day, to be in D.C., to visit the White House tomorrow. We'll stay overnight again tomorrow night and practice here Wednesday. I'm going to try to get out and see some of the sights, go to the memorial. DC's always a special visit, but this one is extra special given the circumstances.